Hi, my name's Rose Smith and I'm here to do your horoscope for September, Passionate Pisces. Okay, it's a really big month. There are 2 eclipses, there's a new moon, and Mercury is retrograde until the 23rd of the month. Jupiter is moving into Libra. Now this is something that only happens every 12 years. It's a 12-year cycle to go through all of the star signs. And it will be happening on the 10th of the month until the 10th of October 2017 next year. Now Jupiter's going into your 9th house, and that highlights travel and higher education and also publishing. And you could move a lot over the next year or so in more ways than one. So you'll be out moving about, and you might also, relocate. But I'm just seeing, actually, while I'm talking, I'm just seeing people relocating away from the cities out into, the greater area of the cities so that they have bigger commutes to work. So that's something to think about if you're planning on moving out, the extra costs of the commute. And it'll be train commuting, I think, too. Legal issues might also be resolved at this time. There's opportunities for gradual and increased growth. And Jupiter is the planet of opportunity and growth, and it's a big planet, and everything about it is big, and it confers abundance in all things. You also have Saturn in your 9th house, but you can expect more the positive aspects of Saturn. So usually with Saturn, if you've been working towards something for a while, you will get success. It will be gradual success built up step by step. So whatever you achieve, it will be steady and gradual. Now the first eclipse occurs on the 1st of the month, and it's in your 7th house. Now the 7th house rules relationships and marriage. Traditionally it's called the house of marriage, but it doesn't, these days it doesn't really mean just marriage. It's any relationship that's close to you, basically. And it could also be business as well, but there'll be a shake-up. There'll be an upheaval in your relationships or your business enterprises, and the 1st of the month. So there's also some opportunities coming from that. After you have the shake-up, you could meet somebody new, or you could have a new business opportunity. So just wait a little, and then those opportunities will come up. Don't rush, of course, when you're making decisions about these things. So the 1st of the month is definitely a time not to make important decisions. Just put, anything important off for a few days until you get past that section of the month. If you wait until the 6th, there's a great influence coming with Pluto, which will come and support you. Pluto is one of the transpersonal planets, so it's almost like a karmic influence that will give you extra strength in what you want to do. Jupiter goes into your 8th house on the 10th of the month, and this indicates expansion around money and finances. Okay, that's what the 8th house rules. You might have good news that's unexpected, and you might have some unexpected business success at that time. Money might come from other people. Taxes and inheritances might come into play in an unexpected way, or you could win a legal settlement. On the 16th of the month, bang, there it is again, another eclipse. But this time it's a lunar eclipse, and it's in your 1st house in Pisces, and that's all about you. Pisces is very kind of emotional energy, and the 1st house is about your identity. Some things might come up, and you think, well, I don't like this, I want to lose some weight, or I want to get my hair done a new way, or whatever. But you'll reinvent yourself like Madonna. Not that you'll be looking like Madonna, but you know how she keeps reinventing herself every couple of years, and all her career has been about reinvention. She's the mother of reinvention. And so you can go and research about her, but that kind of energy is what will be happening to you. So there'll be a lot of change around, both internal and external at that time. There's a new moon at the end of the month, and it's bringing the opportunities for new adventures, new projects, new beginnings around you. It falls in your 9th house, and that governs things like long distance travel and higher education. So you might be thinking about doing a course or thinking about doing an overseas trip. It's more about the planning, because new moon is the dark moon. So you look at the sky and the sky is totally dark, you can't see the moon. But that's the time for planting seeds. That's the time for thinking and planning about these new activities that you're going to, you're thinking about doing. Legalities could also be involved, and there might be a breakthrough in a legal case that you're involved with, or something to do with permits and licenses. So there'll be new opportunities there. Now, Passionate Pisces. Mercury is retrograde until the 23rd. So it's in your 7th house, which is a house of relationships. It's traditionally called the house of marriage. But these days, of course, not everybody gets married. And so it applies to relationships generally. So there could be, some sort of upheaval, because retrograde, it certainly, Mercury retrograde implies that there'll be misunderstandings, and you could find yourself arguing about things that are really not worth arguing about, and it's all just because you haven't understood what the other person was saying and they haven't understood you. So just take a deep breath, and if you're in an argument with someone close to you, just walk out, and then in a few days' time you can revisit that subject, and you won't have that deleterious influence of Mercury retrograde trying to muck up everything that you're saying, basically. Best to put off any legal matters or contracts or agreements at that time as well. After the 23rd, there's what's called a shadow period of 1 week, where the delays are decreasing, but there's still a little bit of energy there. But basically after the 23rd, you can come back and start talking about whatever you wanted to talk about that got so mucked up before. So after on the 24th of the month, Venus moves into your 8th house. Now the 8th house brings luck and favourable omens around finances and money. Negotiations will probably benefit you. So if you can put anything off until the 24th where you're negotiating, especially when money is concerned, and relationships will work better after that date too. In business, Venus is very favourable for partnerships, okay, after the 24th. On the 28th, Mars moves into your 11th house, joining Pluto there. The 11th house is the house of friends. It's basically you and your mates gadding about town, having a lot of fun, and, just having a wow of a time. The 11th house is also your hopes and dreams house. So that's the place where, you're desiring something and thinking about it and really hoping that it's going to come off. So it's also, you might find yourself helping other people out at that time as well. 30th of the month, new moon jumps into your 8th house with Jupiter, and the new moon is the dark moon, so you look in the sky and it's all dark and you can't see it. So that's the time for planting seeds. With seeds, you plant them, but they don't just sprout immediately. You've got to nurture them and water them and that sort of thing. But they do sprout in their own time. So you make your plans, and then in their own time they will sprout, if that makes sense. So you might also be feeling extra intuitive because Jupiter's in there as well. And especially because you're a water sign, so, you tend to go with the flow. So, you've got a lot going on there, and, there's a few shake-ups, but, there's benefits as well, and new energies coming into life as well. You've been through a difficult time, but the long and the short of it is that in September you're going to feel like you've had a bit of a breakthrough, and things are starting to go your way, especially after the 16th, after mid-September. So there's some very positive influences there to help you move forward. It's been great doing your horoscope, and I'd love to see you visit our website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, or alternatively, come and visit us on Facebook. If you're finding it hard to deal with these influences, we have psychics waiting 24/7 that can give you a reading and, basically give you some options and someone to talk to. It's really true. A problem shared is a problem halved. Anyway, have a wonderful month, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime. Thank you for listening.